So the report has that thousands of seized vehicles, estimated to cost about 30 billion naira, are currently wasting away at various warehouses of the Nigeria Customs Service nationwide. According to the report that we read, the Controller General of the NCS, Hamed Ali, has introduced an e-auction platform which recorded little progress actually, due to some glitches being experienced with the digital technology. Now, what are your candid advice to customs on handling this issue? You can call us on 070-806-68014. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. All right, so when you guys read this, what came to your mind? Obiajulu, go ahead.
Okay, so about 2 months ago, I was nearly duped because I saw on Facebook that they were having auction for the cars, and I wanted to get a new car. So I went there. I was able to get the numbers of some people who claimed to be custom officers handling those auctions, you know. Only for me to read the report that most of them are actually fake, that they are not doing that. They had to close down they were having issues with the e-auction. But I think that even if they have issues with the e-auction, they could still go back to the manual auction, because we have about 30 billion wasting away at the ports at the moment, which is not good. You know that you don't keep cars without using them for a very long time. And we're looking at generating revenue for the government. We're taking a lot of debt as it is. If we can make out 30 billion at least, it will help us go really far. So I think that we shouldn't just wait, because people are coming out to say that the banks have issues with the e-platform and all of that. Let's start with the manual. Let's see how we can dispose of those vehicles at the moment.
Before they say they don't know what we're talking about, it is wrong for a person to bring in cars into this country without paying the duties on the cars. That's not what we're debating. And thankfully, Nigerian Customs cannot go and burn the cars like the other people that burn phone. So, yes, you can seize a car, but you have to have a plan of how to turn it around, how to either make money from it and make sure the money goes into the government for the duties that they didn't pay, or, you know, have what I would call like a trial for the person who has the cars. Because whether the custom like it or not, within the custom service are custom officers who are complicit in this matter we are discussing. They will tell you, don't worry, we will remove this for you, you will remove that for you. And an average Nigerian like to do Oshofri kind of arrangement. So people will then go and say, okay, they believe that they are being assisted, get their cars out, or, you know, get their cars impounded at the gates for somebody who has cut short methods. Custom will not investigate the involvement of the officers within. They will just seize that car. That person might have been willing to pay. But they will just seize that car and keep these cars for long. Now, a car, an average car, when you put it down without use, no warming, nothing, it depreciates. It continues to devalue where you leave it. You have to allow it, be tested, put on the road, change the oils and all the other methods that you have to check. And I know the custom know about this. You can't continue to put 30 billion naira inside warehouse and be waiting for an auction to happen.
It just speaks to the inefficiencies. You know, it's not rocket science to put a website together. It's not rocket science to have an e-commerce website. It is very easy, actually. If we are efficient in how we award contracts to people that have competence in that area, we're not using nepotism or to give to people what we feel, let me settle them. If it is done well, if the contracts awarded to someone to build a website for e-auction wasn't done well, why is the person not being held accountable for glitches on the website? Because you should... there is a problem.
If it's been done, maybe we don't know about it.
No. So what we have now is that there are cars, G-Wagons, Toyota luxury cars sitting down, and we're waiting. The auction started in May. After the glitches, it was shut down. And we have a Controller General, Hamed Ali, that I feel that you can be mature, but these things shouldn't be complicated. It can be simplified. Okay. We should there's somebody holding this back, and because people profit from doing manual. Manual has always profited some individuals. Okay. That's why we did not let we stopped from manual. So we want to go back to the same manual again.
Good morning, are you there? Thanks for calling. Hello, Tochi? I think we lost that call.
Oh. So I wanted to say that when they started with the e-auction, about 806 cars were uploaded and 753 bidders were bidding, ready to pay. So Nigerians are ready to pay because they need these cars. Why don't you just release them? Now, talking about getting people that are efficient to do the work, I have a website where you can pay right now. It just took a young boy, very small boy, to do that website for me. So I don't see the problem why a whole government cannot get a functioning website. We need to look into who is handling what and find ways to prosecute people that are not doing their work.
Just to play the devil's advocate, I know the customs have done a lot, and that Nigerians also compromise, this process of bidding and auctioning for cars. In this country that we see how Nigerians always compromise it. You go on a person's story and you see somebody saying they auction cars with customs for sale. Put a number there, and I would expect with the customs, if their concern is to save the face of that service, to always find out those officers whose pictures they put up and see whether somebody is taking their pages.
I have some numbers.
Because someone once used Moriah Afolabi Brown to be defrauding people, on the show. So somebody might, take a picture of a custom officer in his officer uniform, put it up, and then put a phone number and be defrauding Nigerians. So maybe those are the things that have come in, they have hacked into their website, and we have crime happening. And that might have delayed, them.
Frank, are you there for Maja?
Yes, I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yes, first of all, I'm a free forwarder and a custom license agent.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. So I work in...
So what's your experience like?
Yes, I want to quickly say this to the public, that the Nigerian customs will never sell to the public. I mean the auction vehicles. They will never, because, they end up making money from these auctions. They have people that, that they have positions that come to make bids. So when those people come, they are the one that gets the bid eventually.
Wow.
But any other person that comes, any other Nigerian that comes, no matter how much you bid, you will never get those vehicles. So we have tried it. All these vehicles, they are there in Tinkan. They are there in all the terminals. Even in other parts of Nigeria. They don't sell to people, except those people that they know are their people. They buy the vehicle for them, and then they sell. So I'm putting this to the Controller General, Ahmed Ali. He should do something about it. I know he's a man of integrity.
All right. Thank you very much.
That's your own experience.
Thank you, Franco. This is the insincerity of government. So you impound the person's car just for the benefit of it, and then sell it within yourselves to your own benefit. We are deceiving ourselves. If you continue the method, your officers, of course, will get wiser than you. Like the case.
Well, this is why we're asking. They brought in, Ahmed Ali actually brought in this auction as a way to curb corruption. But they say corruption will fight back, but we mustn't allow it. So whatever glitches they have, they should sort it out, because we can't have 30 billion.
Try to invite someone from customs to help us out, because this is one side. This is based on the reports we read, and we definitely need to get their own side of the story. We brought in the customs man at some point, so we're going to invite him again at some point to come and shed more light on how these auctions are actually conducted, and if Nigerians truly have a chance in getting cars from this process.